G'day, this is my F1 pass and it gets me into every track and every paddock. Everyone working in F1 has one of these electronic passes and it features the holder's picture. So what picture has Lewis, Max, Carlos and Liam used? And what about Sergio, Charles or Nico? Well, to find out, all you have to do is sit there and watch, because in this video, I'm going to show you all of the mugshots for every F1 driver. So what picture does every driver have on their pass? Well, I'm going to start with the current world champion, Max Verstappen. Well, this looks like a team picture. He's got a race suit on, no smile, could be a passport picture. He's wearing no hat, obviously. I'm guessing circa 2019. And Sergio Perez, scruffy hair, poor lighting, bit of a smile, obviously not a studio photo, and I'm trying to come to grips with what this red around his collar is. So I'm probably not much good in telling you when that photo was taken, but I'd guess 2020, there you go. Now each driver's picture is not only on their swipe card, it pops up on the swipe gates when they enter the paddock. The swipe gates, I understand, have been there well before my time and probably introduced around 1998. So how does F1 go about manufacturing these passes? Well, they're printed on machines in the Biggin Hill head office, and come race weeks, those machines and all of the passes that they've printed and have to be handed out are sent to the track, and they actually have an office at the track where those printers are housed, and if necessary they'll print more passes during the weekend for VIPs, for people who lose passes, and a whole host of reasons that pop up over the race weekend. So to enter the paddock, you simply swipe your pass, and up on the screen comes your photo. Now there are staff standing on both sides of the swipe gates, and their job is to make sure that the person walking through is actually the person pictured on the pass. So if you find one of these passes on the ground and think, great, I can now get into the paddock, I think you'll be rudely surprised when you are confronted by one of the crew saying, hey, you don't look like this person on the pass. Let's jump now to Charles Leclerc. Here's his picture on his pass. He has a Ferrari race suit on, and I'm going to go with perhaps 2019. That was his first year with Ferrari. He has the Kaspersky logo visible, and they were there from 2019 to 2021. Carlos Sainz, a similar sort of picture here. Good lighting, neutral background. So I'm going to suggest once again that that is a studio shot, and perhaps in his first year of being at the team. And while we're speaking about Carlos, did you see my top-down photo of the Carlos pit stop at the recent Italian Grand Prix? It's a beautiful photo and very hard to get. And I've done a limited signed print run of just 50 prints, and you can head to timellman.com, select the number you want, and then the size, either A2 or A3, which is big or very big, and it'll be sent to you almost anywhere in the world. Get online now, order yours. Now, a couple of you have asked, have I ever lost my pass? And I've lost it once. It actually went down into the washing at a laundry in my hotel. And how quick was it to get a new one? Well, I simply went to the press office. I waited about an hour. They printed it. It was delivered to me and I was in. In fact, I had a new one printed last week because all of this plastic had come off the front here. When it comes to drivers entering the paddock, there's numerous instances of drivers just forgetting their passes, but obviously they're so well known they jump the swipe gates and they're in. And in this series of pictures, you'll see only one driver is wearing a cap. The others are capless. George Russell is capless, and I'm guessing this is a picture from his Williams days because of the blue outfit and his very smiley nature. Lewis Hamilton up next, and Lewis actually doesn't swipe in himself. It's always his trainer or whoever's coming in with him, perhaps security guard. They'll go through first, swipe Lewis's card, and wait for Lewis to come through and rotate the turnstile. And why doesn't Lewis swipe his own pass? Well, it's all done for the choreography of his entry into the paddock. No one cares more about the whole procedure than Lewis, and it is finely timed and impressive to watch. And certainly when you see pictures of Lewis, you will only ever see him with a phone in his hand, if indeed he has anything. He's clearly the master of that. This serious-looking Lewis picture, I think, was taken at a photo shoot, and I'm guessing this is probably in the last 3 years as well. Next up, the happiest photo that we have in this group. This is Esteban Ocon, taken in 2021, and he's the only driver in this lot to be wearing a hat. His teammate is next, Pierre Gasly, looking very smooth, perhaps in a photo shoot, certainly wearing casual clothes, and this one has been taken in the last year or two, no longer than that. So how does a driver's pass differ to mine being media? Well, certainly there's a different colour along the bottom where mine says media. Theirs will say something else. I think it's Platt. Platt, yes, pit lane all times. My understanding is that's pretty much the premium pass. They can go wherever they want. But do they ever wear it into the garage? No, I rarely see them actually wear it, except when they come through the swipe gates, and only for those who actually adhere to that requirement of swiping in. Here's Oscar Piastri's mugshot, and clearly a shot from his pre-season photo shoot with his McLaren kit on, and very high hair. Here's Lando Norris's mugshot. A cheeky look, a bit of a wry grin that he is somewhat famous for. And when was this picture taken? Well, certainly it wasn't taken in 2019, 20 or 21 because McLaren's race suits then were blue in colour. In 22 and 23 they were yellow, but in 2022 on the, right breast, they had the word Android and the graphic. But in 2023, they've just gone with the word Android. So I will say this was taken at the start of the year. Probably at the same time they did the photo shoot with Oscar Piastri. Here is Valtteri Bottas with a typical Valtteri grin, straight down the lens. Initially I thought this might have been taken back in his Williams days because of the blue shirt. You're looking at him with a beard and a moustache, although he was clean shaven in 2017 and 18. So I'm going to guess 2019 for this one. Here's a very raw Zhou Guan Yu. Beginnings of a smile in this picture, and really no clues, but my guess is a 2022 vintage for this photo. Well, it's not often we see such a warm smile from Lance Stroll. It's nice to see. Got no idea about the year here, and to be fair, there's no requirement to update your picture, unless obviously you look dramatically different. So some of these drivers have pictures that date back as far as maybe 8 years ago. Mine, this is the picture that I use. This is 4 years old from 2019. I mentioned 8 years ago. I think this is the picture that's about 8 or 7 years old. It is Fernando Alonso looking a little bit biblical with the long hair and the full beard. I'm guessing maybe 2016, which actually makes it 7 years ago. Kevin Magnussen, though, is hard to tell with him because he hasn't aged much. He's still got that magnificent head of hair. So picking the year for this one is too difficult, I'm going to say. Let's jump on to Nico Hülkenberg now, and very high hair here. Blondish in colour, certainly not white as it is now. Green jacket, I don't know. What do you reckon? Comments below. Now, is this the most unflattering photo of all the drivers we're looking at here today? Wouldn't be far off, would it? He looks pretty mean here. I'm getting a gangster vibe with his hair nearly covering his left eye. Could be a pic you see on a most wanted poster. And who submits these photos to Formula One? Well, in most cases I would suggest it's the team. It's an admin duty and someone would find a picture or ask the driver for a picture that they're happy with on their pass. Liam Lawson is our newest F1 driver. Here's his pass, and he would rival Esteban Ocon for the happiest picture on their pass. I'm certainly hoping for more big smiles like this from Liam over the next few races because it looks like he will be with us for at least 1 or 2 more races. I'm guessing that Daniel Ricciardo will be back in, say, time for the Qatar race. Speaking of Daniel Ricciardo, let's have a look at his picture. This one features a driver in the classiest clothes, and that's because it was taken earlier this year at Daniel's appearance at the Met Gala. He's wearing a spectacular outfit here with a white shirt and a tie. A look that we're unlikely to ever see him in at a track. And what was his old picture like? Yeah, this definitely looks like a mugshot, as if it was taken perhaps Sunday morning, 4 a.m. in a police station. And our final 2 drivers are the Williams boys. So let's first go to a happy Alex Albon, a nice smiley shot of the Thai British driver. And our final picture is Logan Sargent in a black shirt, no clues whatsoever. So I'm going to go with 2023. He certainly does have the best hair in the paddock and always looks resplendent. Hang on a second. Hello.
Hey, do you have any bonus shots?
Yeah, I do actually. Sebastian Vettel's photo. We miss Sebastian in the paddock. Yes, he will still pop in from time to time, but not a great deal, unfortunately. Next up, Nick De Vries, who was with us for the first half of the year. And in this picture, which I guess is circa 2022, he looks like a bit of a deer in the headlights there. Felipe Drugovich, looking very serious. Nikita Mazepin, a shot that was taken in 2021. And finally, Mark Webber, looking like a presenter for an Australian Outback TV show. Very rough and ready. You've now seen every driver's mugshot and you know a little bit more about the system that keeps the paddock secure. There's one final thing for you to do, and that is to please subscribe. Some of you, in fact about 50% of you, aren't subscribed. Why not? There's a whole host of videos that I put out each week. You'll find all of my digital images at prostarpics.com for a wide range of signed prints, F1 photo books, wall art merchandise. I'm going to suggest you spend a few minutes over at kimillman.com. And for my best images live from the track and during the week, head to Instagram and search at Kim Illman. Thanks for watching and stay passionate. Fucking nailed it. First time.